right, Algebra 2, we're moving on to 16.2, and again, I don't think you'll have trouble with this. It's really when we get to multiplication where we get a little difficult. So we are talking about lesson 16.2. We're still talking about matrices, and we're doing addition and subtraction and scalar multiplication. Our essential question says, can you find sums and differences of matrices and products of a scalar and a matrix? So let's focus on our sums and differences first, and we are going to look at example 1. Example 1 is going to give us an A, 1, 3, -2, 4, 0, -5, and a B, 3, 1, -5, 0, -7, 2. And the first question is going to ask us to find A plus B. Now, this is not as hard as you would think because we're just adding. Notice again, this is two rows by 3 columns. 2 rows by 3 columns. So we're literally just going to add the first row, first column with first row, first column. 1 plus 3 is 4. Next, 3, 1 is 4. Next, -2, -5 is -7. Next, 4 and 0 is 4. 0, -7 is -7. And -5 and 2 is -3. So the answer to A plus B is 4, 4, -7, 4, -7, -3. Now, what happens if they tell us to take A minus B? So we're doing almost the exact same thing, except we are just subtracting. So we're just going to go in order of matrices. So let's do a different color. 1 minus 3 is -2. 3 minus 1 is 2. -2 minus a -5 is 3. 4 minus 0 is 4. 0 minus a -7 is +7. And -5 minus 2, or plus a -2, is -7. All right, the last thing they're going to ask us to do in this section, and I will have to write out B again, is they're asking us to find -2 times B. Well, I'm going to rewrite B. B was 3, 1, -5, 0, -7, 2. So with scalar multiplication, it's kind of just like distributing. So we're literally taking this -2 and I'm distributing it to here, 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 and then to here, here, here. So when I find the scalar multiplication of -2 times B, same order, I get -6, -2, +10, 0, 14, -4. Now, some of these get a little bit more confusing. So I'm just going to show you one, well, I'll probably do 2 more examples. So stick with me for just a minute. Let's go ahead and let's look at example 2. What if example 2 is telling you to take this 2 by 2, 7, -1, 2, -3, and subtract 2 times this 2 by 2 of 0, 4, -5, -9. The first thing I would do is I would go ahead and distribute. So you can either do your little add a negative, and distribute and add. So that's what I'll do. Let's just stick with one thing today. So I'm going to rewrite this, and I'm going to add that, and I'm going to distribute a negative through. And then from here, I'm just going to add first row, first column. So that's going to give me a 7. First row, second column. So that's going to give me a negative 9. Second row, first column. So that should give me a 12. And the last should give me a positive 15. How are y'all doing with this? All right, so I hear your questions. Well, what happens, Miss Maloney, if we have 2 by 2 and I have to add it with a 2 by 3? What do you think happens there? Can it happen? So let's look again. This is a 2 by 2 and we are adding it to a 2 by 3. Okay, so if this is a problem in your book, you can't have a solution here because these cannot be added. So depending on what the answer key will put, these cannot be added because you cannot add 2 different dimensions of matrices. Now, we can multiply that, but we're going to have to wait till 16:3. Great job.